September was the most exciting month of this year.
We are Daniel from Brazil, Stella from Germany, and our border collie Bonnie. We moved from the heart of Berlin all the way to the beautiful north of Portugal, trying to spend more time away from the computer screens. We are all about learning by doing, sharing our successes, fails, and the fun moments with you.
On 1st of September, our dog Bonnie got her puppies. So it was a very beautiful warm day. We were sitting outside and then we noticed, okay, Bonnie doesn't eat anymore. And she didn't want to drink anymore. And she started to breathe like very heavily. So based on our friend and helper, ChatGPT and Google, these were the signs that the labor will start. We took her in, we prepared in the shower like a little place for her. We don't have space for a proper whelping box because we're living in the tiny house, which is here basically. We put in the shower like a dog bed and a lot of towels, and we decided to give her some privacy, but we were checking on her like every 20 minutes. And in the late evening, Daniel checked and he came back and was like, oh my God, Bonnie gave birth to a puppy. And it was little Mulan. She was already like cleaned and fine and looked like a little baby dog and was starting to drink. And we're like, oh my God, that's so easy. That's so nice. Sadly, it was not for the rest of the puppies. Bonnie gave birth in total to 4 puppies, but only 2 survived. We did another video where we went a bit more detailed about this. But yeah, the experience was with mixed feelings in the end. But we got 2 very healthy puppies, Mulan and Yuk. Mulan is the girl. Her name used to be Bambi, but this led to too much confusion on Bonnie's side because the names are too similar, so we needed to change. And Duke is the male one, and he's now with the owner of the dad of the puppies. They exactly look like a copy of their parents. It's very cute. So the first days with the puppies were really chill because the puppies couldn't do a lot. They were blind, couldn't hear, couldn't walk. They just drank and sleep. Bonnie took care of everything else. She was cleaning them all the time. In the beginning, we were like super careful. We were scared to touch them. Since they were living in our shower, we always needed to shower outside. After a few days, we were brave enough to just move them outside. So it was a bit easier, a bit better. No, but it was interesting to see also how like Bonnie is reacting to the puppies, because Bonnie is a very sweet dog, but also a bit jealous. So we were in the beginning a bit scared that Bonnie will not treat the puppies well and will not be a good mom, but she turned out to be just perfect. It was really good to see. It was fun to see how fast the puppies were changing. So within the first week, they started to move a little bit, like try to find a way how to walk, just more pushing the body over the floor. By the second week, they already gained like so much weight and they started to change the look. So Mulan opened her little eyes and Lajinho kept his eyes quite a long time closed, but he was trying to walk. It was amazing. So everything was going quite easy, but we noticed in the end of the second week that the puppies started to cry. Like every day at 2 p.m. they started to cry and we couldn't figure out what is the reason in the beginning. Then we noticed they're probably too hot. And it's something which surprised us because it doesn't matter where you read, everyone it says like, oh, puppies need to be warm, they need to have an environment of 29 degrees. You should use like these red lights to keep them warm and give them additional heat, and ours were just too hot. So new part of our routine was moving the puppies from the shower into our living room underneath the AC, and then they continued just sleeping. And yeah, so it was a bit more busy in our tiny home. We also tried to give Bonnie some free time. In the beginning, she didn't really, she was trying to go back as fast as possible, just for some pee-pee, going out. But with every day, she started to enjoy spending time outside more and more. And we started to get back to the original routine where she joins us when we're doing sports in the morning. And I think she had fun and she also needed it. She still needs some time for herself because Mulan is also taking so much of her attention and is annoying her 24/7. So Bonnie is suffering a bit with this whole experience. By the third week, the dogs started to look like little dogs, or the puppies started to look like little dogs and not anymore like, I don't know, rats or rabbits. How do you feel?
Amazing.
We're going out. First time, spending some time outside. No, second time. First time, they didn't manage. And they started to walk around a bit and play with each other more or less. It was fun to see how fast they're developing. And in the third week we also had a little trip planned to Italy. Good friends of ours had their wedding there. And we needed to find somebody who takes care of the dogs and comes to our land. And it was not that easy. Finally, one of Daniel's friends came for 2 days.
Esta é muito quietinha, né? Ela é boazinha, ela é boazinha.
So then another friend of mine came for the last 2 days and we managed, and they also had a good time, so it was nice to see. But yeah, things are getting more difficult the more pets you have. This is something we learned. We were gone for 4 nights, 5 days. It was crazy how much the puppy changed.
Oi. Ai, minha princesa.
The puppies doubled the size, and they not only walked a little bit, but they really were running around and playing with each other, fighting with each other. And I think every day they got older, they were cuter, and it was nicer to spend time with them because it was just more happening. Before that it was just sleeping. So we were quite impressed by this big change. We also started to go out more with them and let them explore a little bit the garden, and it was nice to see that everything was interesting and everything was also a bit scary for them, and it was great to see how they explored more and more by every day. It was a very special time. I'm very grateful that I could have this experience, because normally you just get your puppy with, 3 months, so it's something special. In September we also had the wine harvesting. We took everyone, Bonnie and the puppies, with us to go to our neighbor's place, and there we helped collecting the grapes. It was nice because everybody helped. So there was the family and a lot of friends, and it's a process which takes the whole day. So we only helped until 12 lunchtime because the sun was shining a bit too strong on the car. We needed to go back because of the puppies. We also made a video about that. I will link it here. But I need to say now I appreciate wine way more, and I like the feeling to be part of the community. Even though my Portuguese is not very good yet, I still have the feeling people just appreciate it, that we were there, that we are interested, and I liked it. And my grandparents in Germany, they're living they have a little garden outside of Berlin. And there's also a very strong community, and actually helping them with the wine harvesting really gave me the feeling I had with my grandparents. So it was a very precious moment for me. It was nice. About the construction. So the house, now it's December, now it looks like that. Back in September, they worked on the roof. They were putting this little concrete beams on the roof structure, and then they were putting the panels, the insulation panels. Another thing they did was preparing the terrace here on the outside part, and they were also making a little hole in the ground where we can store wine. It was an idea of Daniel. Now the hole looks like this. It's a bit small, but yeah, we're still hoping we can do something about it. We have an idea how it should look like, but let's see if it's even possible. In September, the weather was changing already a bit, so we could notice that it's getting a bit colder in the nights. There were more cloudy days, and yeah, we had the feeling now it's time to take the tent down. We're unmounting the tent. Summertime is over, the rain is coming. We placed the tent in an area which gets floated in rainy season. And because there was a big trip planned in October where we went there for 2 weeks, we decided to take it already down, and oh my god, it was so much work. It was taking all the things out, store it in the car, later also bringing it to storage, but I was actually chilling in our car for quite a long time because our car is our storage room, our pre-storage room usually. Yeah, we needed to take everything out of the tent, clean the tent, mop the tent. It was so much cleaning work. I think it took almost half a day. Then trying to put the tent together, folding it, letting it dry. In the mornings we always do our walks. our trash can walk, and the next trash can from our land is 1 kilometer away. So we take the dogs and the trash and walk there. And close by, there's an old guy living. And whenever we see him or also his neighbors, we start to talk. And he told us that the houses next to him belong to his family and that they're empty and he doesn't know what to do. And so we decided to take a look and explore the possibilities if there would be something we could buy in the future. And it was nice to see, because it was a very interesting structure of houses. Like the houses were just put together next to each other and extended, but they still had walls separating them. I don't know, I was very interested. We also got a nice view from the terrace. It was very tempting, but the property by itself was quite small. So Daniel also wanted to know if it would be possible to buy the rest of the land. It was another owner. He also got a contact, but the owner of this land was making a crazy offer. He wanted to have over 100,000 euros for the land, but it was, in comparison to what we got here, a very small one, and also not the nicest location if you compare it with what we got here. So not a deal that will happen, but it was still an interesting experience. There were a lot of insects, also a wasp or hornet, and Bonnie was playing with it or trying to catch it, and then in the end I got stung. I was the most hurtful wasp bite or stung I ever had. It was not a nice experience in the end. So this was our summary of September. I hope you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you soon again. Ciao, ciao!